We turn now to another major developing story. The Senate could soon vote on a deal that paves the way for a debate over ICE funding as fallout continues over the administration's immigration enforcement operations in Minnesota and the deaths of 2 U.S. citizens at the hands of federal officers. The White House and Democrats who are protesting DHS funding last night came up with a deal to keep the government funded while reforms to ICE were being debated. Because of the last-minute nature of the deal, there will still be a short-term partial government shutdown. Meanwhile, take a look. These are live pictures of demonstrations in Minneapolis as protests continue in cities nationwide over ICE's tactics and the shootings of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. The administration now saying the FBI is investigating Preddy's death in coordination with the DOJ's Civil Rights Department. Here's Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche on that point earlier today.
It means we're looking at videos, talking to witnesses, trying to understand what happened. I mean, you're talking about an incredibly tragic morning, and then trying to unwind and investigate that it takes a lot of time.
The Department of Justice also announcing former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested on Thursday night, along with 3 others in connection with a protest at a Minnesota church earlier this month. Lemon was live streaming, as you can see in this video, when protesters disrupted a service because its pastor allegedly works for ICE. Lemon's lawyer in a statement saying, quote, the unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. The White House says Lemon was indicted by a grand jury after a federal judge rejected the government's prior attempt to charge him. NBC News correspondent Maggie Vespa has more from Minneapolis.
Hey there from downtown Minneapolis. Look at this crowd. Look at this. We are talking thousands upon thousands of people who are packing the streets, marching through downtown Minneapolis. This is an ICE out demonstration, exactly the kind of demonstration people here in the Twin Cities have been calling for nationwide. They're calling for school walkouts today, an economic blackout today and tomorrow, coast to coast, and they're showing up here in Minneapolis, clearly hoping to make an example of how big it can get. Listen, this comes 24 hours roughly after border czar Tom Homan, and we can keep walking with this crowd, yesterday announced an expected drawdown of federal officers here in Minneapolis to pull some officers out. Just hours later, on a red carpet ahead of the premiere of Melania, the documentary about the First Lady, the president actually pivoting on that, saying that he didn't expect a drawdown. When asked to clarify, do you expect to pull officers back? We're going to turn this way. He said, quote, no, not at all. So that about face clearly adding to the anger, the fury here in Minneapolis, weeks into this devastation, this chaos here on the ground, these protests, this outrage clearly aren't going anywhere. I'll send it back to you.
All right, our thanks to Maggie Vespa for that report right in the center of yet another protest. Joining me now is NBC News senior Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ainsley and NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Melanie Zanona. Thanks to both of you for being here. Julia, let me start with you. So earlier this week, we know that the administration, Tom Homan, talking about de-escalation in Minnesota. Today, we're hearing a slightly different tone. What are your takeaways so far?
Yeah, it's interesting. And that follows what President Trump said last night, as you mentioned, at the Melania premiere, when he was asked by a reporter if ICE planned to draw down its immigration enforcement across the country. This comes after there were clear signs that they were. Greg Bovino, who is head of the Border Patrol efforts there, has left. He's been replaced by Tom Homan. And just earlier yesterday, Tom Homan said they were willing to withdraw down if the local leaders there would agree to cooperate with them and hand them over people who had been put inside their jails before they were released if they were undocumented immigrants. I want you to take a listen to what President Trump said about agitators, and then I'll tell you something we just heard from a White House official on the other side.
You know, it's really insurrectionists and agitators, and they're paid. These are people that are handed signs, and we know pretty much, we're getting very close to it, but we know pretty much who's funding this stuff. These are paid insurrectionists, paid troublemakers.
So that was President Trump today. That was President Trump today. And of course, he's now focusing on the agitators who were there, not mentioning, of course, the investigations that are ongoing into the 2 deaths in Minneapolis. And we also just heard from a White House official that they don't think that there's daylight between what Homan is saying and what Trump is saying, that they're all on the same page. Of course, what Homan said about the drawdown was contingent upon working with local leaders, but there certainly seemed to be a recognition by Tom Homan that something needed to change. And that's a recognition we are not hearing at this point from the president.
Well, yeah, certainly. And one other notable point, we heard Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche today confirm that there is an FBI investigation into Alex Preddy, and yet it's being handled differently than the investigation in Renee Nicole Good. What can you tell us about the disparity there?
That's right. So he said, and he answered a reporter's question very directly when they said, is there a civil rights investigation? And that is true. He said yes. And we learned just this morning the FBI is now leading the investigation, which means they're investigating it under the criminal statute, that if they do find enough evidence that these 2 CBP agents who fired their weapons were criminally violating the civil rights of Alex Preddy, then they could be charged. So that means now FBI is in the lead, DHS is assisting. That's a flip from what Secretary Noem announced on Saturday. And as you mentioned, the investigation into Renee Nicole Good. As we remember just a few weeks ago, there were people in the Minnesota U.S. Attorney's Office stepping down because there was not this kind of investigation. They wanted a criminal civil rights investigation. They said that wasn't happening. And instead, they started investigating people around Good, such as her partner. And for that reason, of course, some people left. And as we understand it, there is still not a criminal civil rights investigation into the officer involved in the Good shooting.
And the calls for that keep growing louder, Julia. Meanwhile, we learned today the DOJ also confirmed journalist Don Lemon has been arrested for live streaming a church protest in Minnesota earlier this month. What can you tell us about this?
This is really extraordinary. I know the term unprecedented gets thrown around a lot, and of course it follows after the Justice Department just earlier this month went into a home of a Washington Post reporter in an investigation having to do with classified documents. Now Don Lemon, who is an independent journalist, but of course famous for his time at CNN, said he was just live streaming an event. It was in a church that was targeted by protesters because the pastor of the church was apparently the leader of the regional ICE office there in Minneapolis. And so protesters targeted his Sunday service. Some of the protesters were arrested. We understand now that Don Lemon and 2 who were part of his crew have been charged. And they're saying that they violated the First Amendment. I want you to see a post on X from Attorney General Pam Bondi today saying that at my direction early this morning, federal agents arrested Don Lemon. She mentions others on his crew in connection with the coordinated attack on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. And as I understand from my sources, they are saying that they are being charged with, and of course this is in the indictment as well, for violating the First Amendment protections for people to be able to gather and worship. They're basically charging them as if they're part of the protest, although Lemon, as he's pointed out from his lawyers in a statement today, was interviewing both the churchgoers and the protesters and made it very clear the whole time he was acting as a journalist.
Yeah, just extraordinary that has happened. Julia Ainsley, thank you so much for your reporting. We really appreciate it. Mel, let me turn to you. Let's just catch folks up on where things stand in terms of this potential partial government shutdown. Basically, there was an 11th hour deal last night between the White House and Democrats to keep the government funded while this debate continues over what, if any, changes happen with ICE and DHS. But then, as Senate Majority Leader Thune put it, he hit, quote, snags on both sides. There's now been a breakthrough, though. What's the latest there?
Yeah, that's right. Thune has resolved those snags. The Senate is actually in the process of voting on that deal as we speak. But let me remind you of what's in this deal and how we sort of got here. So yesterday, the Senate, along with the White House, agreed to pull out the DHS funding bill from this larger package of funding bills and instead pass a short-term funding bill for DHS while they try to negotiate some broader reforms to ICE. But because this is the United States Senate, any single senator can hold things up. That's exactly what Republican Senator Lindsey Graham was doing yesterday yesterday and earlier today. They were able to assuage him. They've offered him some votes on future priorities. They've also offered amendment votes for other senators. So that's currently what the Senate is voting on right now. That being said, it still needs to pass the House, and they're out of session until Monday. So that's the earliest they can vote on this deal, which means, Kristen, tonight at midnight, there will be a partial government shutdown.
Wow, it's going to be a long weekend. I know that, Mel. But look, so even if the Senate votes to push the deal through, which, as you say, it looks like it's headed in that direction, it still has to go back to the House before the government can reopen. So what's the timing on all of this?
Yeah, so the earliest they can come back and do this is Monday, but there's going to be conservatives who have issues with this deal and are going to demand their own set of changes. There's going to be progressives who view this as a Senate cave by their Democratic counterparts. So there's going to take quite a bit of wrangling, some muscle from the leadership, as well as potentially President Donald Trump, to get this over the finish line. That being said, there is some hope they're going to be able to get it done. It's just a question of how long it's going to take. And then comes the even tougher task of trying to negotiate a brand new DHS funding bill, Kristen.
Devil is in the details. Thank you so much, Mel Zanona. Really appreciate it.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.